blow to the crown of pride. Misery and sorrow is stored up for those who are proud. For what good is it for a man to be proud? For a proud man setteth himself on a throne. He places a crown on his own head. He tells himself, I am great, I am mighty, I am like a god. He sitteth on the high places and says, who will strike me down? He does not ponder the ways of God, but rather, he depends on the might of his own right hand. The prideful man hates humility. He hateth the word shame, for he is always right in his own eyes. He hateth correction. Now the crown of pride is not reserved for the rich or successful, but pride is in all things. For there are those who are boastful and proud in humbleness. They say, I am humble and quiet, but everyone else is proud and loud. And they make sure to let it be known to all men. And then there are those who are proud in their knowledge of God. For they say, I am righteous, I am on fire for God. I am not like other sinners, but I am pure. I have studied at the most prestigious schools and have a degree in theology. Yet their own knowledge puffeth up in their minds, drawing them further away from God with the more they learn. Thinking they are wise, they become fools. Jesus taught his disciples about humility. He tells them that when they go to eat dinner, do not sit at the high seats and the places of honor, lest someone who is higher than you is invited, and he taketh your seat, wounding your ego and embarrassing yourself. But rather sit at the lowest seat at the table. Then when the host comes and sees you, they will say unto you, Friend, we have a better place for you. Then you will be honored in front of all the other guests. For those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. For pride is cancerous. It is a disease which spreads throughout the soul. It is a deadly infection which grows all throughout the mind. It maketh the wise man a fool, it makes the kind-hearted cruel, it maketh the man turn his back on the Lord. Those who are prideful are an abomination to the Lord, and surely all those who are prideful will indeed be punished by the Most High. The prideful people of this earth have been lied to by the devil himself. For the devil was cast out of heaven in his pride. He thought himself to be wise as God, and in his pride he was cast out. And he went to Eve and deceived her, telling her that she can be as God, having the knowledge of good and evil, and she did eat of the forbidden fruit with Adam. And her desire to be wise and like God ultimately had her thrown out of the garden with Adam, just as Satan was cast out of heaven. For the prideful know not what they are. They don't perceive themselves to be like the rest. They know not that they are just flesh and blood. But they lie to themselves, deceiving their own minds and thinking they are more than what they really are. For they take a part of Satan's spirit within themselves. And just as Satan thought himself to be higher and greater than what he really was, so do we do as humans. In contrast, humility is the opposite of pride. For God loves the humble and is near towards those who are meek. For God is the ruler of the whole universe. Nothing compares to God and his greatness. So if God is close to the humble, then the humble have the power of God on their side. And if God be for the meek, who can be against them?